Welcome to Flourish Hub. I am Sam Munyere
and Jackie Wegoki.
In today's session, we are discussing about servant leadership. And maybe, Jackie, you can help us to understand what servant leadership is.
When we talk about servant leadership, I see it as the kind of leadership where we have leaders who are prioritizing others even before themselves. So they have this tendency to have the interest of others even before they put their own interest at the front head.
And I think the best example, if we could borrow from the Christian religion, is Jesus Christ. Because in his life and in his ministry, this is exactly what he demonstrated and taught.
I do agree, and let's take that example of Christ. I see Christ bringing out some very specific characteristics of servant leaders.
Yes.
And one of them is where he shows that to be a leader, a servant leader will also allow themselves to also to lead and other times to follow.
Yes.
And that is why he said that you must be a servant if you're willing to become the greatest.
Yes.
Meaning that there are days I will lead as a servant leader, but there are days I also allow my followers to also lead. And so I become person serving them.
Yes.
And we saw that in the disciples when he was washing the feet.
Yes.
We can see Christ bring out also an aspect of servant leadership where they empower their followers.
Yes.
Christ really empowered his disciples.
Yes.
He equipped them for ministry. He equipped them for mission. He equipped them to take over. You know,
Yes.
what you would call in our language the succession planning.
Yes.
We can really see it there. And so we can see he really enjoyed empowering his team.
Yes.
And the other great thing about Christ that we see is that he built a community.
Yes.
So servant leaders should be in a position to build communities that people that you're serving can feel they belong. The disciples felt they belonged.
Yes.
And that is why we saw that disciples would eat together.
Yes.
They would share their joys sometimes together, their hardships together, because they felt that they had a place that they belonged. So it's a key characteristic of servant leadership.
Wow. You're so right, Jackie. And I think you'll also agree when we say that the problems in our institutions all over the world today is because a lot of people, as you said, are not putting others first before their own interests.
Yeah.
I'm wondering how you would help me in my small area of influence.
Yes.
Because maybe somebody is thinking that we're talking about the political leaders. How can I, as an individual, apply this servant leadership in my life?
I'll take an example of you as, like you say, let's take like I'm an employee in an organization.
Yes.
One of the things we need to realize is that if you're really a servant leader, then one, like we've said, is that allow the people you're empowering to practice what they have learned or what you have equipped them with, the empowering bit. So there are days that actually you will sit and say, let me see how they do this training because they have been trained, for example. I mean, it's not always about my agenda as a leader.
Yes.
Give them a platform. Allow them to even be part of decision making. Allow them to bring out their creativity and embrace it whenever you can. And when you're not able to, you can together agree why maybe this may be put in a parking lot for next time.
Yes.
At the same time, and that way if you do it that way, then you're also allowing yourself to become a follower at times.
Yes.
Then, like we've said, empower your followers. I mean, we always say that the true servanthood is really when I can empower my follower and celebrate even as they become better than me in some of the things, because we are gifted differently. And then the other thing is that where I am I building a community? Am I just alone? Or am I looking at creating an environment where people feel they belong, they feel, the security, the safety within the environment? Yes, that brings in now the aspect of transformation.
Yes.
Yes.
And if I got what you're saying is that I can be a transformational church leader, a transformational leader at my place of work. In my small sphere of leadership and influence, I can bring out transformation.
Yeah.
And does this include those people who do not lead as first chairs? Does it?
Wow. It's very interesting that you brought in the aspect of first chair, because Yes, sometimes we look at leadership only from the first chair, the CEOs, the directors. But remember, within an organization, there are so many other leaders. Some people lead from the second chair, like a human resource manager may be leading from the second chair. And look at even the subordinates. In some way, they are also leading, because when they do their work with excellence, they serve you that tea with excellence. It means they have taken over the leadership in terms of their service to you.
Yes.
So I would say yes, that no matter where you are, and Robin Sharma says it so well, that you lead without a title.
Yes.
You can make an influence. You can make an impact. You can make a difference.
Yes.
You make the greatest cup of tea, or you sweep until everybody is amazed. This place looks super clean. You're making an impact to the people around there. You are role modeling to them a spirit of excellence. And somebody maybe is saying, I love the way she or he is excellent. I would desire to do my work as excellent. So you're also bringing in a level of transformation.
Wow. And today we are being reminded that servant leadership is transformational leadership. And it does not have to wait till you get that big title. You can start in your small way, in where you are today, so that as you influence other people, you can transform their lives, because life is about servant leadership. Productive life is about servant leadership.